So do you find this trial by the mob, or do you find it troubling? Do you find it as an erosion of the system, or do you find it as
it is a cry by the public against the system, and also to trigger the authorities to make things fast in this kind of matter. In many places, this kind of offences will not take much time. Even in India, you take cases in the defense. I'm talking about court-martial cases. Court-martial. Some offense committed by an officer against another officer or somebody, and if the court-martial is there, they finish it off within 3 weeks, 2 weeks, like that. So it is not that it is not possible in India. It is possible. We should have the will, and end of the day, everything comes back to the political will, and because the interference by the politicians in the area of the executive and the judiciary, and vice versa.
I mean, in my stand, just my perspective,
Yes.
I find this troubling on the basis that, so in a theory of separation of power in a state, the executive, judiciary and legislative, each has their own function in this case.
Right.
Now, for these individuals, these 4 individuals, you would say that as long as they're accused, they're still offered the element of innocence.
Yes.
They're off.
Yes.
So they never got to test out their innocence in a court of law. The evidence was never balanced out against them.
Yes. True.
It was more, what if at the end of the day, everyone who stands in support of this finds out that out of the 4 accused, 1 was innocent.
Right.
1 was just guilty by way of association.
Right.
He was just there. He took no part in any of these activities.
Right.
At that point of time, I find that troubling. I find it troubling that the police can tomorrow justify anything and act in the absence of the other organs of the state.
Yes, you are talking about excess of police. I agree with your observation. That is why these provisions are made in the Constitution as well as the Penal Code and the Criminal Procedure Code. But this is always subject to the outcome of the inquiry as against the encounter. If the encounter is found to be a fake one, which is one created, it is as good as murder. They will be tried for murder. I mean, the level is the very same thing. Whatever has been done by the accused is done by the very same people. Only difference is uniform. So I think there is no scope for any debate on that, because the police is not vested with any powers, any authority to just kill anybody and say that it is encounter. So each encounter is to be inquired into and made it doubly sure that it is not a fake one,
because it ends up being extrajudicial murder. And so the massive amount of support for the police's actions kind of indicate that faith in the state as an entity, could you say it's starting to erode? Because even though the police are the entity of the state,
right,
people have come to realize, I mean, these crimes often always happen in India.
right.
And there seems to be no end to this.
I would say it is an erosion of the value system, not the state. Even if this doesn't happen, wherever you go, whatever you do, if you feel that justice is not being rendered, you go to a village office, you're getting a paper done, and you feel that nothing is happening there, then there is no justice is being done, nothing is happening. Is it a case of state erosion? Of course it is. Basically, I would say that it is a value erosion. We had a very, very, very high value system which we had in India. It's just washed away, or it's almost at the brink of
Extinction.
Yes. And that is basically, education system. You create people, on competition, like right from first standard onwards. Everywhere it is competition. So you got 100 marks in maths, you are great. Then your ego is boosted. What else that is being done in the education system which we have? So others are idiots. No. All human beings born, I believe, in this world are with a special capacity in a particular field for all.